Guys, good? You need to be a little bit louder than that. Alrighty, we want to start this one off. Where's my guy yesterday that won the mouse pad for wrecking his voice and screaming really loud? Okay, I'll have to wait for him to come back. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of prizes here. I've got some ideas on how to give them away, but I have to do a bit of a speech first. So don't worry, it's not that boring. Come on. So as you can see up there, once again, my name is Chris Smith. You might know me online as Mayo. I post on a lot of different forums, and you can see me around. If you see me online, say hello to me. If you're playing Counter-Strike Source, which is my game of choice. Yeah, good. Good. And as it says here, I'm the Australia-New Zealand eSports and Community Manager, which basically means that I do everything to do with my company in gaming. So it's pretty much a dream job. So introduction, that's me on the right in Taiwan, February 2011. I've been to Taiwan 3 times since I started working for TG eSports. That's where our headquarters is. That was at something called the Taiwan Game Show, which they flew me up for, which was great fun. That's me on stage. The dude in the middle is Andrew Christoforou. He does my job for all of Europe. And the dude on the left is Eric Brinkley, and he did my job for all of the United States of America. And he actually works in Taiwan now. He's moved there. So, introduction, who am I? You already know that. What do I do? I've already said that. How do I know about sponsorships? Lots of hard work. You'll find about that later. And what do I play? Like I said, Counter-Strike Source. That's good. So, the first thing we want to do is understand a sponsorship, right? So, as the Community Esports Manager, I get a lot of sponsorship proposals every day that say, hey, my team's the best. I once got into a pub server and I got 50 kills and died once. Can you please give me $3,000? And I say, maybe. You need to convince me a little bit more. So what I'm here today is to talk to you guys that maybe one day you want to get sponsored. Who doesn't like free stuff? Does anyone here not like free stuff? I saw that. All right, so what's the point of a sponsorship? Like I said, free stuff. All right, who loves free stuff? Come on, tell me. There we go. Okay. So the point of a sponsorship is for a company to market to other people, and in return, you get something, whether it be money, free products, blow-up hammer like this dude's going crazy for, T-shirt like this guy's gone over here. Why do companies sponsor? Like I said, companies need exposure and they need their brand to be seen. How do you start off a sponsorship? I'll talk about that a little bit later, but basically you need to write yourself up a proposal, have an idea of what you want to do and what you want in return. And what do people do for sponsors, which is another thing I'll get onto later. At the bottom there, that's one of our Counter-Strike Source teams. You can see them on here as well. That's them in a banner advertisement. And that's them coming first, winning himself $2,500 at a Counter-Strike Source tournament in Sydney. So, sponsorship types, team/gaming organisation. I've actually got another quick video that I'll get the boys in the tech to throw up. This is for Heroes of New Earth team. Yet again, another video of them when they were at DreamHack in Sweden. So while that's doing, I'll throw something else out into the audience. I can't even hear you guys. There we go. Am I? Are you sure about that? There you go.
Hi guys, I'm Bobo from TT eSports, and with me is White Talbar. We have arrived in Stockholm and we're starting to do our landing at Inferno Internet Cafe. The guys at Inferno have actually let us play here for free from 10 till 10, so we're boot camping. Unfortunately, Dave Lutif couldn't make it due to visa issues, but we have picked up a Swedish player named Mynuts. He's a really strong player. He used to be from Lions. He came to last DreamHack. What do you think about him, Dave?
I think it's a great fit for the team. He'll be a good replacement for Al. I mean, obviously, Al is a really good player, so we're really sad that he couldn't come. Just unfortunate, but I think he's a really strong player. He's going to be the best suitable replacement for Al. We've been practicing quite a bit. What do you think of how we've gone so far?
We've done the day of boot camping so far. We've played quite well. Mynuts is sort of fitting into this team quite well since he plays the same sort of role as Dave Latif. But we've got a full day of boot camping ahead of us before we head into DreamHack, and hopefully we're going to do really well. I think we have still a good chance of winning. I'd also like to thank TD eSports for all our gear. It's running really well. And a big shout out to Inferno Gaming Cafe.
on, Clayton. What?
Alrighty, so like I said, that's our TT eSports HON team. I'm just waiting for the presentation to come back on screen. And that was them when they were boot camping before the competition at a place called Inferno Online, the biggest internet cafe in the world, as far as I know. So, sponsorship types, team/gaming org. As you can see at the top there, how do I qualify for a sponsorship? Basically, there are a lot of different ways that you can qualify for a sponsorship. You can be a big organisation, you can be a small organisation. Basically, all you need is the drive to promote your sponsors and the drive to succeed and win. What do I get out of a sponsorship? Depends what the company wants to offer, but like I said, free stuff. What do I give to a sponsoring company? As you saw with that video log there, that's one of the examples. So if you want a sponsorship from a company, you can say, I can do things like when I go to a LAN party, I'll make a video, I'll give a shout out, I'll put your logo on there, I'll show us using your products and team uniform, just like you saw in that video log. And why would a company sponsor me? Like I said before, companies need the exposure. You love the free stuff, so we can figure that one out. A bit more information. What can I do to improve my chances? Things like going to LAN tournaments a lot. Sponsors like people who can go out and talk to people in the real world like I do. They don't just want you to sit in your dungeon all day playing World of Warcraft and only talk to yourself. Followers. Make a Twitter, make a Facebook about your gaming team. Get some people to follow you, get some fans on there, get everybody excited. And exposure, which covers all of that stuff. So writing up video logs, blogs, all that kind of cool stuff. So another question I get asked all the time is, why does this bad team get sponsored and not my team? Or if I can beat that team, can I take the sponsorship? Unfortunately, it doesn't always work like that. If you're the best, it doesn't mean you're automatically going to get sponsored. So like I said, make sure you're going to LANs and going to tournaments and posting up results and all that kind of stuff, because it's the exposure that matters just as much as winning does. So here's an example, Mecca TT Gaming Org. This is one of ours. You can find them on Facebook at mecca.tt-esports, so make sure you check them out there. But they're an Australian and New Zealand organisation. You can see up the top right there, that's them wearing their team shirts, playing Counter-Strike Source on the main stage at XLAN, which was the biggest LAN in New Zealand. And down the bottom right there, you can see our professional Guitar Hero and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 player. That's his setup there with his lovely Union Jack on his guitar. So start by building a base, one solid team and working organisation. You're not instantly going to be the biggest and the best. I'm sure you guys know who Team Immunity is. They always come to these kind of events. They didn't start off with 30 sponsors. They didn't start off with all these computers and all these teams. You have to start from somewhere and work your way up. Organisations are key to sponsorship requests, providing more exposure and more security. So if you're part of a big organisation, you're more likely to get sponsored because you can offer more than just being one little team by yourself. And like I said, always work hard for your sponsor. LAN events, play at net cafes, blogs, vlogs, reviews, recommendations, because that means that the sponsor will like you and they're likely to give you more stuff. So another example of something you can do for sponsors is a frag highlight reel. I'll show you one up here when the guys cue it. This is one of our other teams called Avant-Garde. You can find them on Facebook as well. But this is just a little promotion from one of their players when he got a man of the match in one of his latest CSS frags. We'll try that again. And while we're waiting, I'll throw out more free stuff. Almost there. Don't worry, guys. It's coming. Don't worry. Oh, here we go. Alrighty. As you can see there, 26 for 7. That's pretty damn good. So big shout out to Bo. I know he's watching on the stream at the moment. So I love you, Bo. You have to know that. So once again, here's another thing from Mecca when they were known as TT Giga. Here's them winning when they won X-Land 2011. You can see Blackout on the left was pretty damn excited. Someone actually did shop a Shoop de Whoop laser out of his mouth, which I thought was pretty cool. All right, so LAN party. Who here goes to LAN parties? Yeah, that was a pretty boring response. Come on, who here goes to LAN party? Yeah? So can someone yell out at a LAN that they go to regularly? Anyone here go to Respawn? Yeah? Do you actually go to Respawn? All right, come up here, have a mouse pad. Respawn's in Bandura at a university over there. So make sure you guys head along to it. We do a lot of stuff there. We've been running StarCraft tournaments there lately. We'll be having some more booths there. Team Immunity come along as well, give out free Red Bull. So who doesn't like free Red Bull? Come on. So how do I qualify for a sponsorship? You got to offer some kind of exposure. As you can see at the bottom there, that's actually Respawn LAN on the main stage. You can see the Thermaltake banner up there. He's also holding one of our mice, looking very excited about it. So, and you can see at the top right there, that's in South Australia at Valhalla LAN, which unfortunately doesn't run anymore. But I flew over there with 10 PCs, set them up, and we played some games. It was pretty fun. What do I get out of sponsorship? Kind of the same as a team. You don't necessarily get the money for yourself, but you get it to give to people to help come to your LAN, to make your LAN bigger and better. And like I said, giving a sponsoring company exposure, all that general kind of stuff. And why would a company sponsor me? It's just like what I said before. Companies need exposure. LANs are good because they're hands-on. People can come here. You know, I know you guys love coming here and playing on the Gigabyte machines. You love playing on the TT machines. You get to go. You get to win some prizes and things like that. So here's an example. On the right there, you can see one of my mates called Aaron Dransfield. Used to go to school with that chum. And he won King of the LAN at Catalyst LAN in Tasmania. So he's got himself a Nerf gun. He's holding a unicycle with a lovely hat, and he's actually wearing a banner around his neck as well. But it's the largest LAN in Tasmania. It prides itself on admin to user feedback and support, generates sponsorship reports and proposals and after LAN wrap-up reports, and supports sponsors in a lot of different ways. Things like shoutcasting, which I used to do there, banners and posters. All advertisements have the sponsors on them, and they have unique and fun competitions. So speaking of unique and fun competitions, does anyone here like dancing? Yeah. All right, so what I want you guys to do is whoever wants to participate in my dance competition, I've got a mouse to give away for free. Break up the presentation a bit, have a bit of fun. So get yourself lined up along here, and we'll play some music pretty soon. We'll just cue it up and get it ready to go. And when the music goes... All right, go for it, guys. Alrighty, that's enough. I'll pick some finalists. We got this guy here, this one. We got you as well, and you, and you. Yep, and you, and everyone else can sit down. All right, we'll go for another round. Try not to hurt yourself, guys.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with expert timing.
Alrighty, that's enough. We got the man in the beanie, the man in the chinos, and then who's the guy doing the crazy kung fu moves? This guy here. All right, what's your name?
Angus, I lost my voice yesterday too. Luke. Sam.
All right, who wants this guy to win? Give him a cheer. Yeah, what about a second? Oh, come on, a bit better than that, guys. Come on. And number 3. All righty. You win yourself a free mouse. Look at the camera down there. All righty, all good. Cheers, brother. So there's more different sponsorship types once again. Does anyone here play competitively online in any games at all? Yeah? What? Just putting out your hand. Does anyone, I'll say it again, does anyone play here in any competitive games? Are you part of any organisations like Cybergame and Game Tech, etc., things like that, yeah? Yeah? Where do you play Battlefield 3? Just at home? Anyone else? Does anyone play competitively on any ladders or, here we go?
I play StarCraft 2 on a site that hosts competitions. And they have like money and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds good. Any fans of StarCraft 2 out here? Yeah? That's good. What races do you guys play? Who said Protoss? I got a prize here for you. Our very own White Rat from the Ukraine with his special tactics. Your Facebook DP is with White Rat. So can you do a White Rat accent for me?
No, I can't.
You can't? All right. To win this, I want you to yell out special tactics, and then I want everyone else to yell special tactics after you. Go for it.
Special tactics! Special tactics!
There you go. Enjoy. All right. So one of the ones I have on the right there is Sublime, who I'll talk about a little bit later. I've also got another smaller community. But once again, online community is another part of the gaming scene. Like I talked about the other day, if you want to get into competitive gaming, make sure you support your scenes. Ask if you can be a moderator. Ask if you can help run tournaments, because that's what keeps the world going round. So how do I qualify for a sponsorship? Once again, advertisements and things like that. What do I get out of a sponsorship? Bigger prize pools for tournaments, because once again, who doesn't like free stuff? Yeah? What do I give to a sponsoring company? Exposure. Like you can see on the right there, Sublime. They got our TT Esports logo up the top and a banner. And the next guy's down. They've got a Challenger Pro banner there as well with our logo on it. And why would a company sponsor me? It's the same stuff as what I said before, guys, just drilling it into your head. So here's an example for you. Sublime PC Gear, run by a guy over in South Australia. They run some tournaments. They run LANs as well as online comps. So if you guys are interested in things like Heroes of New Earth, anyone play HON here? Yeah? Things like StarCraft 2, Counter-Strike Source, maybe a bit of COD 4 as well. Check out Sublime PC Gear. As you can see, they're on Facebook. They're also got their website, sublimepcgear.com.au, so check that out. So what they did is, first off, they created a website and a league. It's pretty obvious, really. For someone to be able to play in a competition, you need a website for them to go onto. Development of a sponsorship proposal. So, like I said before, you have to write out a document which basically says, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I can do for you, and this is what I want from you. Make sure you keep your sponsors updated. After all the tournaments, they do a big report and say, this is the game we ran, this is who competed in it. Follow through with promises. That's one thing that when you get old, you'll understand doesn't happen as much, especially with the government and things like that. But unfortunately, you're not as big as that, so you have to follow through with your promises. And constant user feedback, support, and promotion. So ask people how you could do better things. This works in lots of different ways. Whether you're just playing a game yourself with a team, when you're finished, ask your teammates, hey, what could I have done better that round? What could I have done better that game? And get some feedback. So once again, here's the sponsorship process. So step 1, develop a proposal, like I said. Step 2, gain or seek a contact, which means you need someone to talk to. Step 3, make contact. That one's pretty obvious. Negotiate the terms, sign the contract, reports and renewal. So you guys got any questions? Yeah.
Hi, I'm a big fighting game follower. I'm looking into competitive gaming myself as well, and I've noticed that a lot of more PC-orientated companies such as Complexity and Evil Geniuses have looked towards the fighting game community, and I noticed you said you had a Marvelous Capcom player before. Have you looked into doing that more focusing on the fighting game community, especially in Australia, with some of our players even ranking high in American tournaments now?
Yeah, well, in Australia, there's an organisation called Vox Eminor, and they actually picked up a guy recently that went over to Evo 2K, which I think was in the States. But we're starting to do a lot more with fighting games around here. As you guys might know, the fighting games community is absolutely exploding because it's a lovely casual game to kind of get into, as well as you can play competitive. There's things in Australia like Shadowloo Showdown they had recently. I went over to that and we had a little bit of a booth there, but they had about $30,000 worth of cash and prizes for that, which is massive, especially for an Australian tournament. Had people from Taiwan, Japan, Korea, America, UK, all over there. So are there any other questions from anyone else? I saw some hands before. Yeah.
Do you play Halo online or Gears of War, any Xbox games?
Personally, I play PC, unless it's Super Smash Brothers on N64. But we do have a Gears of War team in event, as you saw that frag video before from their side. Gears of War is getting a lot bigger. One thing I'd love all of you guys to check out is ACL Pro, Australian Cyber League Pro. Who here knows about MLG in America? Yeah? Well, ACL is basically the MLG of Australia. It was on last weekend. My StarCraft 2 guy won the tournament there. So lovely Piggy took that one out. So make sure you guys head along and you know, check out your local tournaments. They're running Halo there. They start off with Halo. They're running Gears of War and things like that. So yeah, definitely check out that. The community for Gears of War is exploding. Have we got another question over here? Got time for this guy and then one more.
When was your first big tournament win, and how did you celebrate?
Well, I haven't necessarily won any huge tournaments. I mean, Catalyst, which I used to go to, my team used to win CSS for that quite a lot. I used to be a competitive Battlefield 2 player myself on Cybergame. We ranked #1 for 4v4s at one stage, but that's all at home, so there's not much you can do. But a little bit of education for you guys that don't follow StarCraft. There's a little thing called the Kong Dance, and one of our professional Korean players called Marine King Prime, he's very famous for getting second in everything. And when he finally won an MLG, he did the Kong Dance, and it looked something like this. So that's how I'd celebrate. And one last question up the back here.
So the other day I saw you advertising like all your different stuff that you sell. Can you tell us what your stuff offers that the other companies don't? For example, with the headset, Astros are releasing their A50 soon. So like what do you have that the others don't?
Yeah, that's definitely a good question. One thing that TT Esports, we pride ourselves on, as you saw with that picture at the start, if I can, I'm a bit too far away to scroll back maybe. All right, anyway, as the picture you saw at the start, like I said, I'm the community esports manager for TT Esports Australia and New Zealand. We've got a guy that does my job in Italy, UK, Taiwan, North America, South America, Germany, and Russia. So what we pride ourselves on is user feedback. The reason I come to this stuff a lot and post in the forums is I like to ask people, what can we improve with our products? Like I said before, because we talk directly with our headquarters. We talk directly with the guys that make the mice, make the keyboards. So if you want to come over to me later, we're running League of Legends still. Competitions, we've got some gear there to try out. So when you come over, if you've played it previously, come and talk to me and say, you know, Chris, this keyboard, I like it, but it should be a bit smaller because most of our desks are small. Or I like this mouse, but it's really light. I keep accidentally, you know, hitting my cat in the head and flicking it off my table. So make sure you guys, you know, come and talk to us. I mean, most of our products are very competitively priced, you'll find, compared to others. A little bit cheaper. We've got some very good low-end products for those of you who don't have a lot of money to throw around. And we've also got, you know, some good quality, top-notch products as well. So thanks for listening to me, guys. But I've still got one mouse left. So what I want is I want this guy to come up here, and what I want you to do, what I want you to do is I want you to yell at TT, and then everyone in here has to yell eSports, and whoever I see is the most excited without hurting anyone or going crazy is going to win this mouse. Yeah, you can choose. So you ready? Just yell at TT and they'll yell eSports. And again, and again. All right, wait up. One more. All right, here you go, mate. What I want you to do quickly before you walk back down is I want you to open up this and just read out a couple of the points you can see there about the mouse.
All right. It's got a nice rubber-coated grip to make sure your sweaty hands do not go sliding onto your cat, as he said. Major DPI adjustments in 4x800, 2000, or even 4000 DPI, especially good for FPS and Morpegs like WoW and Call of Duty and Battlefield and TF2, because who doesn't love TF2? Yeah. It gives you an adjustment of your DPI, 4 levels, very nice, very good for on the go. Unique light design, the nice TT Esports Dragon logo, as you can see behind you. And it's got a little good last page hotkey, so you just go back to where you were. Very nice for browsing and games and all that jazz. Anti-slip thumb grip, braided cable, those are nice, I like them. And it's got some nice weight, so as you say, don't go flying into your cat. And a very nice Philips laser, 4000 DPI, precision and very accurate control. Be a sniper, use this mouse.
All right, thanks for that. All right, guys, so like they said before, in Rotunda 1, I believe it is, we'll be taking apart a computer and putting it back together. So if you guys want to learn about the internals of a computer, you can come along. I've got some more stuff to give away at that one. So thanks for listening to me. And like I said, if you have any questions or anything, just come up to me later and talk to me because I won't be here tomorrow.
Thank you. Oh, are we live? There we are. Thank you, Chris. Give me a round of applause, guys.